Good morning, Cardinals fans. It's that time again. You, me, coffee, and a little chat about last night. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been a little worried that the 13-run affair on Thursday night had maybe zapped some of the offensive energy. But my worries were misplaced, at least for now. The Cardinals assured themselves of, at worst, a split with the Cincinnati Reds in the series after a 5-3 victory on the back of Luke Weaver, and also a lot of hitting. I mean, I've been harping on the offense a lot lately, but it's mostly because it's not really good, but it's also not really as bad as it seems. The Cardinals actually rank 3rd or 4th in most offensive categories in the National League. They actually lead the league, though, in home runs. Now, they're 9th in the league in average with runners at scoring position, but the Brewers and the Cubs are actually worse. Moral of the story is that small sample sizes lead to hasty conclusions, but right now, small sample sizes are all we have. So while we're here, let's continue down that path and talk about Yadier Molina. With a solo shot last night, Yadier Molina continues to lead the Cardinals in home runs this season, and he's actually 2nd in the league to none other than Bryce Harper, with 6 on the year. His 11 RBI and 892 OPS are 2nd on the team, only to José Martínez, and that OPS, well, his career OPS is 740. So is 890 plus sustainable? Well, I'd say no, but Yadier Molina does this thing where he likes to prove me and Father Time wrong. So you do you, Yadi. Speaking of José Martínez, he continued to do what J Mart does and added 2 more hits to his season total last night. Oh, and his team-leading 15 RBI, also 2nd in the National League, to the Pittsburgh Pirates' Gregory Polanco. And then there's Marcell Ozuna, who is still yet to draw a walk, but he is riding a nice 12-game hitting streak. And his 19 hits on the year are also 2nd in the National League, this time to Colorado's DJ LeMahieu. Still, there were some significant missed opportunities last night. The Cardinals continued this thing where they strand the bases loaded rather than coming up with a clutch hit. In one such instance last night, it was, naturally, Kolten Wong drawing the ire of Cardinals Nation with a harmless and also useless pop-up rather than, putting a ball in play. So, okay, put down the pitchforks for a minute and step into Kolten's corner with me. I'm not the only one who believes that for Kolten Wong to be the dynamic player he's capable of being, he has to play every day, and he has to play without this dark cloud of, am I gonna lose my job because I just grounded out, hanging over him. The trouble is, that's probably not going to happen. Jed Jerko is coming back, and he's going to play. José Martínez is not going anywhere. And if it's a toss-up between Matt Carpenter and Kolten Wong, Carp's gonna win that game every time. Now, the fact is that Kolten Wong is at his best when he's feeling really confident. And he's at his worst when he's in his own head, which is where pretty much anyone would end up if their job was in question every single day. I heard someone talking yesterday about Javier Baez, because who wasn't talking about Javier Baez yesterday? But they said that they think he could really only be successful on a certain kind of team. One that, as my grandpa used to say, turns him loose and just lets him be. In many ways, I think Kolten is the same kind of player, but he doesn't have the luxury of being on that kind of team with that kind of support. So instead of waiting for that to happen, it's time for Kolten Wong to make some adjustments. It's time for Kolten to stop trying to be the player that doesn't lose his job, and instead just be the guy that can contribute in one at-bat or on one play. Can he do that? I don't know, it's obviously easier said than done. But it seems like it would be a good way to sort of get the weight of the world off of his shoulders for a minute. Fortunately, plenty of other things went right for the Cardinals yesterday, although it did get a little bit interesting there at the end. Tyler Lyons came in and got in some trouble after yet another scoreless outing by Matt Bowman. Dominic Leone came in to clean up the mess and did so by picking off Joey Votto at first. See, Colton Wong is not the only one that does that, and I thought Joey Votto was supposed to be like the best or something. Oh, also, is Bud Norris the Cardinals closer now? With all signs pointing to Greg Holland being the guy in that situation on Friday, it was Norris who got the call, and then proceeded to do that classic Cardinals thing you have to do to become the closer. Put a bunch of guys on base and look like you forgot how to throw strikes before you finally get out of it and celebrate. Holland, they say, is still in spring training mode. Shocker. They want him to build up to high leverage situations. There's a novel idea. And he needs to feel really good about his stuff first. But really not first, more like second, because he didn't do that before his first impression. But I digress. The Birds still have 2 more to go against the Reds, who are apparently the antidote to an anemic offense. So here's to weekend plans that include 2 more Cardinals wins. Wait, one more thing. If you like anything that you see here, do your girl a favor, or 3. First of all, hit that little like button. Second of all, hit the subscribe button. There's no shame. We can hang out every morning and you don't have to feel bad about it. And 3, share this video with a friend, because sharing is caring. Also, make sure you check out all the amazing quality content over at birdsontheblack.com, which actually is probably where you already are if you're watching this, so high five to you.